Hey, yeah, and then he said, hey, take it to the streets, no sweat, no sweat. He said, stay on bending knee, no sweat, no sweat. He said, answer this call, no sweat, no sweat. He said, tell them all these boys I know with sweat, no sweat.
What's going on, y'all? Toya Wit is a building. Hello. Hey. No sweat, no sweat. Oh, all right, y'all. That was No Sweat by Ladies in Full Effect, y'all. Y'all know that's my theme song. Thank y'all for joining me today. Hello. How are you guys? Well, it's a great day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. All right. And we got a couple of things that we got to go over today. Listen, you want to get out? Because you can't stay in here with that. All right, thank you guys for joining me. Toya with the T in the building, honey. Listen, let me go ahead and get this started because we need all the prayers we can get. So let me take this moment to thank the Lord. Lord, thank you for another glorious day. You know what, Father? Listen. We want to thank you right now for covering our family, Lord. You know we need protection down here. You know these folks is crazy, Lord. And everybody ain't your kid, Father. But we thanking you right now for your healing. We're thanking you right now for your restoration. We're thanking you right now for the wonderful, glorious things that's about to happen. Because right now it just looks like it's a whole bunch of turmoil and just a whole bunch of confusion and nonsense. But Father, I know you said the wealth of the riches is going to be turned over to the just. The head will be the tail, and the tail will be the head, honey. And everything that's crumbling down around us is something good about to come through in the atmosphere. So we thank you right now, even though we don't understand it, even though it look crazy, even though it look weird, Father, we thank you right now for everything that's about to come. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. All right, y'all, listen. Well, you guys know that Ice Cube has been on the scene lately. Yeah. So, and for those of you that know me, you guys know that I started calling out the superstars a little while ago. Yeah, I did. Okay. Now listen. Back in the day, all right, when they started making music, okay, they had a closed door meeting. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me fix this right here. My IG. What's going on, IG? What y'all doing? All right, y'all. Hold on, I'm coming. Something is going on. All right, so what you mean? I don't understand what's going on. All right, you guys. Instagram is being a little complicated, so yet again, you guys, y'all know I stay getting banned. Absolutely. I'm going to try to be on my best behavior, though. And I'm only going to stick to the topics at hand, okay? I'm not going to go all across the board and talk about all the other stuff I normally talk about because I think that's probably why I got banned and outcasted from Facebook. But in the meantime, between time, let's talk about Ice Cube. So now for those of you who do social media, if you look on Facebook, even if you look on YouTube, you can look it up anywhere. You're going to see Busy Bone read an actual letter from where they had a closed door meeting with some prominent Black artists. All right. And in that meeting, they expressed to these artists that some of the things that they're about to roll out, this new campaign they're about to do with gangster music, gangster rap, was going to make them really, really rich. All right. And in them getting rich, they were also going to cause a lot of those Black people to be locked up because their riches are probably going to stem from their prison system. All right. It's a really deep clip. Go ahead and check it out with Crazy Bone, Busy Bone, one of them bones. At any rate, it made me think about the closed door party that Donald Trump had. Didn't he have a closed door meeting with like some of the prominent black people? I think Steve Harvey went, and they were mad at Steve Harvey because he went. I guess he walked out. I don't know. I don't remember. Some of the prominent pastors, a lot of black prominent people, when Trump got into office, went and met with him. All right. What did they talk about? All right. So now we're going to move forward. Ice Cube. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I took the liberty of using my big mouth talking about all these rappers because, this is what bothered me. We don't have any more of the public enemies and the conscious rappers like we used to have. People who used to rap with a message. Even Will Smith was awesome because he would rap without no curses, no degrading people or anything like that. Well, at any rate, humans have found out that if we feed you visual, if we feed you audio, and we feed you the spirit of foolishness, of course, it's going to get in your spirit, and it can potentially affect how you act. So here we are. So now my thing was, Ice Cube and all these other guys, they rap. They weren't really doing those things, but it's their life. But they're rapping and they're expressing themselves. And, it's all about degrading our own people and calling our women bees and selling drugs to our people and getting rich and all these things that are not of excellence. Now, mind you, all of us knew what happened with slavery. All of us knew that. We know that. We knew what happened in the 1960s. But when you have rappers like Ice Cube and NWA and even T.I., I'm talking about you too, all you old rappers, Kanye, Jay-Z, 8-Ball, MJG, I'm talking to all of y'all that then made a coin or a dime from black people. And when you made this coin or dime in black people, you did it by producing music that was not of greatness. The music you put out there was not music of integrity. It was rap music and, all of these people were against it and whatever. But just let's think about it. Even though you're expressing yourself, you're influencing millions of minds. You don't want to be a role model. You just want the money. And not for nothing. Not only all of the rappers, but some of the drug dealers in our community. You don't care about your people. Only thing you care about is money. So with that being said, if the only thing you care about is money, then, hey, who else is supposed to care? Well, at any rate, I'm just going to assume that Ice Cube has saw the error of his ways, and he decided to come say something about the current election. Now, in my personal opinion, hey, Cube, I feel like this, and I said this a couple of weeks ago. The same energy you guys used to put the rap out there and to talk about B's and H's and drugs and selling and this and that, use that same energy safe in your community. Why don't all of you guys get together? Just put up $1 million apiece and come up with something that's counteractive to the past that you've led. I get it. We do things when we're younger. We don't agree. We don't want to be like our parents. And we do things. And then when we get older, we find out that those things weren't really the best thing to do. But this is what really gets me with our rappers. Because you're not a role model, but you know what goes on. A lot of people are looking up to you. You make this music, and this music you don't even want your own kids to listen to. You don't even want your own kids to go through all of the things that you sing about and rap about. And then you try to say, oh, well, I made a great, beautiful life, so you won't have to do that. But you know that what you're rapping and doing has already set the precedent for millions of people's minds, and you don't care because it's like, oh, well, they have parents, and their parents should make sure that they know what they're doing. That's not right. So now here we are. Ice Cube is on the forefront. And Cube, people are what's going on, Cube? They're feeling a kind of way. All right. Now with Ice Cube just making this pressing argument with Donald Trump. He said that he went to the president of the White House to try to work on some things. We didn't hear about it. Why he didn't put it on the song? Why he didn't put that on the song and become a Grammy award-winning person? But neither here nor there. You went there because you feel the same way about Negroes like you do. But you said they didn't listen. Why are we still even looking for them? Why? They ain't never did right in the first place. Why all you guys, please? Oh, you probably signed something where you can't do it. But why all you guys don't put your money together and do something and form your own thing? You guys got the money, but no, we still so zombified and so just under the trance of America, like we can't do anything without them. Didn't we once have a Black Wall Street? We have more wealthy Black people now than we did back then. Why don't we have a Wall Street world? I'm just saying, Q, T.I., and all the rest of you guys that been out there running around rapping and acting, talking about some foolishness that you don't want your own kids to be. You don't want your own kids living that life. You don't want your own kids to be in that lifestyle that you're rapping, that you know affects thousands of people that you listen and speak to. So now all of a sudden, now we gotta listen. Is that right? Well, Q, it looks like not too many people are really feeling what you have going on. But at any rate, Ice, listen. Ice Cube, cold water, whatever your name is. Ain't nobody thinking about you, bro. Seems like Ice Cube has taken a little bit of a turn with Donald Trump. And he agrees with Trump. Seems like he's running with Trump. And there's some people mad about it. So I'm going to bring up this clip really quickly so that way we can discuss what's going on with Cube. Okay, so let's see. Let me get this share screen on here so we guys can see what's going on with Ice Cube. Okay, now I've only heard bits and pieces from people that knew what was going on. So I don't have the actual full story. I just heard bits and pieces. But we're going to go ahead and discuss some of the things that Ice Cube is saying and see exactly how this goes. So let's see. All right, hold on. So now Ice Cube has inevitably made the community mad. And we're going to see exactly what they got going on. So, all right, you guys, let's check out this Ice Cube clip and see what's going on. What's going on with my StreamYard? Hold on, you guys. Let me do this here. Well, all right, you guys, I'm having some technical difficulties. Let me see what I need to do right here. Oh, I need to go on something specific. All right, so let's go ahead and check out this response really quickly. See what Ice Cube got to say about We the People. All right, you guys.
Apache Safe Space Solutions can help you get back to life. Our mass temperature screening system screens 5,000 people in 30 minutes. Our UVC.
All right, you guys. So I have this clip ready.
Learn more about Apache
and this
Safe
clip is going
Space
to be about
Solutions
Ice Cube
today.
and his backlash
Platinum
as he
plan is not my
responds
plan.
to the Trump
I came up
collaboration.
with the contract with Black America, and I didn't run to go work with any campaign. Both campaigns contacted me. Both campaigns wanted to talk to me about the contract with Black America. One campaign said, we love what you have, but let's really dig into it after the election. And one campaign said, we love what you have. Do you mind talking to us about it? And that's what I did. So I didn't run into nobody. And so that was real misleading to me.
Well, I didn't say you ran
you know,
to anybody. I said that you had taken a pivot.
Well, you said I ran over to the Trump team instead of the Biden team. That's just not true.
Well, but you are working with the Trump team instead of the Biden team, and people are giving you heat for it. What do you say to them?
Well, I'm willing to work with both teams, but I'm just working with whoever is willing to work with me. So the Trump campaign came to me and asked me to explain to them some of the contract with Black America. That's what I did. I'm not playing no more of these games, these political games. We're not part of a team. We have very broad problems, especially the wealth gap in this country when it comes to Black Americans. So I'm going to whoever's in power and I'm going to speak to them about our problems specifically. I'm not going there talking about minorities. I'm not going there talking about people of color or diversity or none of that stuff. I'm going there for Black Americans, the ones who are the descendants of slaves. And that's what I'm going to talk to anybody who's in power with that. So if anybody got a problem with that, it seems like a personal problem.
Well, here's the problem, and it is very personal, as you know, for a lot of people of color, because they'll say, well, why would you pick Trump when he says there's no such thing as systemic inequality?
I'm not picking nobody. He's the president.
But why do you think he'd want to do something for the community when he says there's no such thing as systemic inequality?
I don't know what he want to do. I just know what the man said. I know what he said to the country. I've never met Donald Trump. So I don't know what he's going to do. I just know what he said he was going to do. So both of them have a plan. Both of them say they're going to do something. And who knows what's really going to happen after November 3rd. Nobody knows from each side. We're all hoping that candidates keep their campaign promises. So that's just it.
So let's look at it this way. I think that you're right to be skeptical. Let's start with the Democrats, because even though there is a traditional connection between Black voters and the Democrats, you could also say you've been let down or forgotten by Democrats in a lot of situations that would have mattered. Then you say, all right, so then what makes one side better than the other? That's where you get in trouble, which is, you really think that Donald Trump can be trusted as much as you could trust Joe Biden?
What?
I don't think I'm not trusting any of them. I'm just going by action. That's all I'm going by. I'm not going by words. I'm not going by rhetoric. Not going by media spin. Not going by none of that. You know, I'm not on nobody's team. I'm not on Team Blue. Not on Team Red.
So then I have that wrong.
I'm an independent person, and I believe that's what Black people need to do, is become independent, and we need to get something for our vote. You know, that may not happen, but it's gonna happen.
It's got to happen. It's got to happen. Nothing changes if nothing changes. I look, if I had brought you here to fight with you, you would have known it. What I'm saying is, I think I did get it wrong, and I want to make sure I get it right. So saying you're working with the Trump team is wrong. What you did was, when they asked to talk to you about it, you said yes. If Biden had asked to talk to you about it now, you would have gone to them the same way. It's not about you choosing anything. It's you working with everybody who's got a chance of doing anything.
I'm working with whoever's in power. Yeah, I'll work with both. Whoever's in power, I'm going to work with. So whoever wins, they'll hear from me.
Okay, so I'm glad you came to clear it up. So Ice Cube is not with the Trump campaign. He's just given his ideas, and anybody who wants to do something with him, fine. Do you believe they are doing anything with your ideas?
I believe, they looked at the contract with Black America and they updated their plan, but it's their plan. Now, I have my plan. My plan is broad. It goes beyond the public sector. It goes into the private sector, banks, even the movie industry. So we got to deal with a lot of different, companies, corporations, and even government when it comes to solving this problem. I believe it's a bipartisan problem. I believe it's a bipartisan problem when it comes to the issues, when it comes to blacks in America and what's going on. It's not a Democrat problem. It's not for them to solve. It's not for the Republicans to solve. It's for both of them to solve. They do it when it comes to debt ceiling. They do it when it comes to getting us in wars. They seem to come together when it's something that really affects America. And I don't think nothing affects America more than the situation that Black Americans find ourselves in. This country is coming apart at the seams, and it's not going to come together after January 3rd, no matter who's the president, unless we deal with this wealth gap.
All right, you guys. So that was Ice Cube on his opinions of Donald Trump. So, y'all, man, listen. You know, my thing is, look, Q, you wait 20 years later, bro. You wait 20 years later to want to do something. That bothers me. That bothers me. All you cats knew what was going on for a long time, man. All you cats knew that before you even started doing your raps and putting all that out there, and it was cool with you. All right, so now here it is, 20 years later, stop. 20 years later, and it's like, oh yeah, now I'm coming to work with anybody who's in power. You know, I'm not on anybody's side. And this and that. You know, this is a couple of things about the election. Different people have different stances, and I said this the other day. There are some people who are retired who have great medical insurance. They're not looking for the same things all Americans are looking for because they're set. There are people out there who are millionaires who got enough money they don't need insurance. They're not going to be looking for the same things we're looking for in this election because they're set. You have your middle class. Stop it. Come on, let's go. Get out. Out. Come on. Out. Out. Come on. So, considering the fact that we have all these different things that we have going on, we need people who are going to stand up for the right reason. Listen, Ice Cube, T.I., all these powerful black men, why are we going to them with anything? What are you doing? What are you saying? Yo, bro, you just came from cop killer, thug, just do everything you want to do, break all kinds of laws and sell drugs and everybody bras and hoes and all this, that, and third. You do all that, but you scared to face the man? Y'all can't get together and say, hey, listen, we gonna operate this part for us because y'all not gonna do right. My thing is, they haven't never done right. And we're still trying to go to them as if something is gonna change. No, it's time for us to take our power back into our own hands. Q, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to disregard who Donald Trump is, but the fact of the matter is he is the president. And I said this some time ago too, when I thought about voting for Trump. I said, listen, it doesn't matter who does what. I even said this in my city where I'm from. The only thing I care about is what you do for my people. I don't care about anything else. What you do for my people. We need our streets fixed. We need our roads paved. We need jobs. We need education. There's so much that we need till it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So my thing is, black people, let's stop acting like their ice is colder. Their ice is not colder. We built this world. Why we can't do it again? Why are we still going to them, asking them for anything? Asking, it's a wrap on asking. It's a wrap on asking. We're not asking for nothing. We're letting them know, look, we're not taking it no more. Period. We need one electric company. We need one television company. We need one manufacturer. I'm not playing with them no more. Ain't no, massa, the Negroes gonna get mad, massa. Can we please have our reparations? Can we please? No, it's 2020. The pandemic that came through and shut everything down. You know what that means? That means the board is clean. Let's start this thing over again. And we're not going in asking. No, we're going to let them know what we need. You roll with it or not. If you don't roll with it, we're taking our money and doing it ourselves, man. Nobody finna be going through that with them. Nobody else goes through this with them. Not the Hispanics, not the Asians, not the Jews, not anyone else but us. It's over. I have trust in the Lord that the Lord said their time is up. He's given them too many chances to make it right, and they're not. And for those of us black people that been here, we've been down. We've been close to the Lord. We done prayed prayers that we didn't even think the Lord heard. We've been down for so long. And I declare, if my God can split a sea, if my God can create a world, my God can anoint his people of color right now today to take this thing over. And that's what we gonna do. Period, point blank. Forget Cube and all them other clowns that got bread. You don't feel what I feel. You're not down here like we down here. Y'all don't, you can't even know. You straight, bro. T.I., all you cats, you straight. Where your bread at? You looking for the government to do something? Where your meal? Put your millie up, right? Then once all the black people put their millies up, right? All the rich black people. Then you're going to get the government to put their millies up. Then we going to get all of the regular people to put their little 5s and 10s up. Because after all them millies y'all got, we should be in a good place. All right, you guys. My bestest co-host and bestest, cutest, this little Latino friend of mine is on the line. Lunchtime with Anna. Let me get her on in here. Hey, Anna. Hi, boo. You must be on mute. Unmute your phone, sugar. Say hello.
I said, hey, gorgeous. You look beautiful today. How are you doing?
Yeah, boo. I felt myself today, girl. I said, hunty.
That's right.
I said, let me get in my closet and get these clothes out here. I haven't worn in a long time, honey, because every time I see a new wig on Anna's head, I'm like, oh, that's cute. Pull my wigs out, man. Stop playing, man. So I went on and did that today. But yes. Doing good.
What is pretty going on?
Girl. Did you see the clip? I just played the clip of Ice Cube and Chris Cuomo. All right. And he was expressing his stance on Black America and his actual part. Did you catch that at all?
I did not. And I love Cuomo. I love both of the Cuomo brothers. I'll say I just love them. Is it a long interview?
No, it's about 5 minutes, and basically, I guess we'll catch it on a recap. I think I'm banned on Instagram too. I'm over it, but so yeah. So basically, what Ice Cube was stating, and I believe I made my position on this as well some time ago. Ice Cube was stating that he's the president, and he went to people in power on both sides to take them a plan to see what they thought about it. He said that Biden's camp said that they'll dig into it after the election. Then he said that Trump's camp said, come on and let's talk about it. He has not met with anyone yet, but he was just simply stating, that we need to be independent. And again, I've said all this already, honey. I've already declared it, and Ice Cube is just saying what I'm saying. But he is making his point that he did not team up with Trump, but he did approach him because he is the president right now. And if there's anything that needs to be done, he went to him to see what he would have to say. And he went to see what Biden would have to say. And Ice Cube stands is like, look, he don't care. He don't trust none of them. He's going to people in power with plans to see what they can do on a whole. And it's a very in-depth plan. And of course, me and you spoke about this. I said this before he said the movie industry, he said private industry, public industry, things of that nature. And when I speak about a new black wall world, forget a street wall world, it's like, yes, we need one of anything to be self-sufficient. We need one electric company. We need a manufacturer to get started. You know what I mean? We need to get those basics that the government has regulations over. We need that to become more self-sufficient, and then helpfully it'll help us produce the economy that we need. So therefore, they can stop making it seem like all the black people are the ones that's on welfare, and they eat up on food stamps, and they're getting all the Social Security. I think if they were to make a real agreement, and they don't have no choice. Let me just declare that. Thank you, Lord. They don't have no choice at this point. Because if they don't do it, the Lord, you think the Lord done something yet? He'll come through and blow everything down. They ain't seen nothing yet. However, I think it's just time that the Ice Cubes, he had a lot to do with where we are as people. He was a teacher, even if he didn't know it. And I know he's older now, so he noticed the error of his ways. But if you're black with money and you care, I think you should put your money up. If you're rich with money and you care, I think you should put your money up. If you're not rich with money and you care, I think you should put your money up too. Whether it's 5, 10, 15, or $20. I believe there should be a program to where people who care about people of color, people who care about the black community becoming self-sufficient, should start to barter with each other, join forces, and create a new economy that will not only propel the black communities, but will also produce profits for anyone involved. But don't pay attention to me. I'm just a little brown girl from Brooklyn. I ain't got nothing going on. I ain't nobody. I'm just saying.
I do agree with you in the sense where with what you're saying. I could see where Ice Cube brought it to both of them on the table. I will say that, I'm an avid reader, so I'm always reading. I don't do much watching, so I don't catch a lot of those videos and stuff. But I did read that Biden, after seeing the interviews or whatever, his camp decided that they'll listen to what Ice Cube to go ahead and give him the opportunity to put his plan on the table. I will say this: when it comes to us people of color, all of us, we have a tendency of all pulling away. Okay, all pulling away from each other. When you make an educated decision, whether it's to vote, to help one another, or whatever not, when I hear that people of color, we are the ones who mostly collect food stamps, so forth, so on, that's a blatant lie. In fact, I think that in our culture, we're very, at least, Hispanics, I know that we're very hard workers, and I know that of the Black community as well. Some of the smartest people I have met have been people of color, as well as, my Caucasian brothers and sisters. However, I cannot sit here and even fathom how somebody can just be bought. And I had this conversation with Toya. It's funny, we had this conversation earlier. How somebody can just be bought over a little $1,200 check. I'm sorry, I'm worth more than $1,200. I don't know what exactly Toya is going to go into detail with all of this and the elections and news that has been happening, if she's going to go into stimulus and how that has brought in so forth, so on. But I will say this, when it comes to the camps listening, I want you guys to listen to something and listen closely. When the supposed to be platinum, what was that, 20K or whatever he called it, 5K, whatever it was, platinum plan was rolled out. Why did he not do this the 3.5 years before this? It was actually more than that, a little bit over 3.5 years. He does not care about anybody of color, period. We all need to get somebody in office who is, that's why I was a fan of Bernie Sanders, because he was for the people, so, I can't let my vote go that way. There's a comment here, and I'm going to read it. It's from Daddy Big. Hi, Daddy Big. It says, we are smart race because every time white America throws things our way always comes on top. And that's true. You're right. People of color, we are beautiful and smart. And I mean, if you sit down and have a conversation with me and Toya, really part of just what you hear here is like a little bit of a conversation, because we go into everything. We're always trying to think how we can reinvent ourselves, how we can make more money. I don't care, more money, more problems. I want more money. I'm gonna keep building my brand and building who I am. But with that being said, for me, I don't know so much that I'm against Cube. I could see where he went. I could see logically, okay, I want to hear what everybody has to say. Let's see. But I think right before an election was not the right time for Cube to do this. Toya, forgive me, you're my sister. But maybe we can agree that right before an election that's so critical was not the best time for Cube to do this. I just think that once this new office went, and I could see why the Biden camp said we'll revisit this right after the elections. But I also can see where he brought more attention to it, such as the people of Puerto Rico, which is where I'm natively from, the island of Enchantment, Puerto Rico. It's the same thing. Biden has felt so bad for the treatment for my people that people don't know this. We're American citizens, but we're literally second-class citizens. In the island of Enchantment, they do not receive SSI benefits. The minimum wage is $5.35. Who can live off of that anymore? American citizens, y'all. So it's just something to think about. But Biden promised to do at least 3 things, and I have them on my page somewhere. And I can go back there if you like, Toya, because I don't have it on hand. But I know that was the main one. And that matters a lot to me because I do have family that's retired or whatever, or maybe didn't work or is disabled. And they qualify for those benefits. They pay taxes as well.
Yeah.
And they don't get an income tax return over there, not like here.
Yeah.
And they pay. So
absolutely. Well, let's go to this comment that Daddy Big also said. He said Ice Cube shouldn't trust the Trump administration because they will tell him everything he wants to hear, which is true. That's normally what abusers do. This is my thing with America. Psychology teaches you, even with taking classes on human trafficking and abuse, there's symptoms and there's signs to abusers and who they are. And this is classic, I'm just saying, abuse. Because it's been so much that's happened in the past that America does not want to face. And now moving forward, it's like we still don't have people of integrity. And I'm with Q. I do not think that they're going to. And I want to be honest. So, Anna, you're right. I think that Q should have been out 15 years ago. But we scared because you'll get blackballed. You see how I'm getting blocked off of Facebook? That's why they don't say nothing, because they don't want to get blackballed. They'll take your home. They'll come do this. They'll come do that. They'll come do all of this right here, honey. So maybe that's why he didn't say something earlier. But you already know. And not for nothing, let me just throw this out here, okay? I'm always going on somebody's live stream saying whatever I got to say. And it's mighty funny. After I called him out, T.I. out, and Snoop Dogg, I went on Snoop Dogg too. All of a sudden, he just started talking, I'm just throwing it out there, but I'm just saying it's right about now. But no, I think they're right. For year after year after year, election after election after election, even when I wasn't involved to now when I am, I've noticed that nobody keeps their word. They get in there and they do what they want to do. So, at this point, that's why I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm over it. Like, let me vote for who's best. I already kind of figure out what's going to happen. We're going to vote. Well, I want to tell you the real version is going to go down. We're going to vote and Trump is going to win again. This is good. This is the same way it was. Listen, 4 years ago, who was in the lead? Hillary was. At the end, what happened? Trump won. I'm just saying, this is not nothing that I want. But this is just something that I knew from when he got in. He's probably going to get the second term. But with that being said, for Ice Cube and any of these other people to actually stand a fighting chance, I feel like this: put your money where your mouth is. We got to stop. They slaved us, raped us, beat us. Why do we keep putting our everything in their hands?
Absolutely.
It's up to them. It's up to us. So let's just say collectively, Pookie, get out of the way, please, because you're knocking stuff down. You're knocking stuff over. Go sit down. Go to your room, or I'm gonna put you out. But I'm like, okay, so now we keep putting our destinies back into the hands of these people. Now, collectively, America, I'm just saying, this is going to take us to our next subject, which is the black voters. Well, the votes lately here, 26 million, remarkably, from the United States. But Georgia has been up like phenomenally, man. A lot of different people have been actually going out to vote because, they're over it. I've picked up countless people who were Trump supporters, and now they're like, F Trump. I'm voting for Biden. I'm over it. I don't want to deal with it anymore. But ultimately, again, like I said, different people got different stances. I know black people who are retired, who have great benefits, who there's just different stances. You're not looking for the same thing I'm looking for. You're not looking for the same opportunity I'm looking for. If you're rich, if you're making $100,000, if you're an entertainer, if you all these people with this money, you're not looking for the same things that I'm looking for when it comes to who we want to be in office. But even with that being said, we are all looking for a better way. The American dream that y'all say that it is, that you're are like squandering away from American people. So if we were to get the 26 million Americans that voted, I'm just saying, you guys, $1 a week is $26 million a week times 4 weeks. Do you know how much money that is on a monthly basis? You think we need the America, United States government with that? No, we should be doing that. Plus looking for some money. Yeah, Trump, run that 500. Yeah, but we don't want it just one time. Every time we make a coin in America. How much y'all grossing on a year? If y'all giving us 500 million, you know how much you gross on an annual basis, America? A whole lot. So we need that 500 billion every year from this year moving forward until we reach an economic status that is considered to be self-sustainable. So therefore, we will not need to utilize your food stamps. You know why I need food stamps? Because you're worth $3 million and you pay $750 in taxes. Meanwhile, I make $50,000 a year. They take out $500, $300 a week because I don't have any kids. I'm not married. So they take $300 a week out of my check. And here Donald Trump is worth 3, 5, 10, 15, paying $750. That's why I need my food stamps, y'all. That's why I need my public assistance. Because by the time I get finished paying taxes for all the millionaires, you too, Q. You too, T.I. Because when y'all get to making them crumbs, y'all get in different tax brackets, and y'all know y'all play these games with this money around. Y'all only paying $750. So that's why I need the food stamps, Mr. President, and all the rest of the Caucasian people who feel like we're on food stamps. I mean, you paying, what you say, $5 and some change? I mean, I'm just saying. But black voters have actually turned out. Let me also put this out here, too. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to behave because I don't want to get banned. So I'm not going to do it. Let's talk about voters, Anna. What do you think about the voter turnout?
And so I'm going to say 2 things. Look at your comments real quick before I comment, read those. And I really appreciate his comments. Seems like a smart fella on there. So I'll let you read them before I answer.
All right, absolutely. This is Daddy Big. He said, I voted last Monday 18 and over, please get out and vote because our future depends on it. Yes, the millennials are out there voting. It's unbelievable. I feel Trump wants to stay in office because he don't want to go to prison for tax fraud. Well, let me tell you something. Honestly, I don't think he's going to go to prison for tax fraud, even when he does get out. Now, again, please, y'all don't kill me. Please don't get mad, man. But I'm telling you, man, I know that y'all don't want to. I know y'all don't want to believe it, but he's gonna get in again. And we're gonna be mad. And when he does get out, he's not going to jail for tax fraud because that's what they all do. They're really just mad because he came and exposed them all. This is what nonprofits do. This is what the rich do. This is what they all do. He ain't going to jail. Now, if he go to jail, he gonna go to jail for treason. For when they finally find out him and that Putin been putting things together. But I really don't think he's going to go to jail for any of the scandals that they've already publicized all over. But you're absolutely right, Daddy Big. All 18-year-olds and up, y'all need to go ahead and go out and vote. Not only that, I need y'all to know that y'all are tomorrow, honey. Look at what we doing. We special, right? Y'all gonna be old too. So if y'all don't catch yourselves right now, you gonna be old and special too. So I highly encourage that you listen to all the old. You look at all the older people ahead of you.
She's old. I'm not old. I don't know what this girl talking about. She's old.
Look at the older people ahead of you. Look and see who's crazy, and look and see who's not. And then you put that with your common sense, and you see how you can be a little bit better when you get our age in about 10 or 15 years. I'm just throwing that out there, you guys. So, look at what's going on. Know your history, y'all. So that way we won't repeat it. We won't go back. Y'all need to understand. I know that y'all probably never experienced it. Y'all didn't never have to walk a mile to school with a hole in your shoe in the snow. You know, you never had to deal with just rotary phones and click over and busy signals. I know, but I highly suggest that if you go ahead and learn about your history, talk to some older people, see the tears of some of these people who lost loved ones. Look at some of these old stories of Emmett Till and things of that nature. And you'll understand why it's going to be so important that not only that you vote and be active today, but decide who you want to be tomorrow, man. Tomorrow is coming. Okay, people say, I might die tomorrow.
Is that me or is that?
You might live tomorrow too. And in the event that you do, go ahead and vote and go ahead and be somebody that's active. Daddy Big, white privilege. That's what it is. I'm 57 and that's the new 37. You right. 57 is the new 37, baby. You better say that. I'm with you on that. But yes, man, voters are voting up in numbers everywhere, you guys. They want Donald Trump gone. Even some diehard Republican people who do not agree with a lot of his policy. Not even his policy, but his behavior, which leads me to ask you guys, he was like that in the beginning. It was funny when he when he did that, that was funny. When he was like, oh yeah, well, you know, women, when you're rich, you just do whatever you want to do, you know, just grab them by the pussy. And we still voted him in. So help me understand. Please help me understand. What's the difference now? Did you not have classic signs of what this could potentially be? And so now that he's in there, it's like, oh yeah, forget Trump. No, you should have said forget him when he talking about grabbing cooties. You should have said forget him when he was talking about yang, 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 about somebody who's disabled. Like, are you kidding me? Who does that in front of kabillions of people? Not like just, you know, talking like the cootie comment. That was talking, you know, nobody was supposed to actually, I guess, hear that. You know, they were just chopping it up. He was supposed to do that, the whole thing, chopping it up. You don't do that on a stage in front of thousands and thousands and millions of people watching you to be the president of the United States. So do disabled people have to vote? Because if so, you know you're not going to get their votes because you just talked about them. Like, come on with the jokes. So, ladies and gentlemen, Republicans, y'all did this and y'all need to fix it. We knew he wasn't worthy. We knew. We knew he wasn't worthy. And I'm not even going to just put it on the Republicans. I'm going to put it on America. When he was elected, we should have been outside of that White House by the droves. Nobody should have went to work. Nobody should have went to school. They should have been in droves, driving, flying, walking to the White House, talking about, wait a minute, hold up. That ain't right. That ain't right. Recount, redo, revote, resign. Oh, well, it's never done in history. Honey, if you don't count them votes over again, act like something is in stone, recount, revote, something, or you talking about Corona, shut it down, honey. Once we stop working, what you gonna do? If we would have did that, Corona probably wouldn't even came, because she would have been like, oh, y'all already handle y'all business. I ain't got to come that way. Let me go over here to China and shake them up, because they not right still either.
I want to say something to this. I posted up a video. You guys can follow me, and I'll give my contact information before we get off air. I posted up a video, and I'm really big on evangelists that turn around and just vote one way because of one belief, and this one's it: abortion. So I posted this video that goes way back to the whole history on abortion, and goes back to U.S. history, and it goes back, I think I shared it with you, Toya. I think I sent it to you via Messenger. So anyways, it goes on to talk about how the last, 12 appointed judges are all Republican. Only 3 have been Democrat. All the Republicans have voted to keep abortion laws, making them free, liberal. So before you vote on a president who has nothing to do with this, and I keep telling people this, has nothing to do with this, please, please turn around, think about who you're voting for, and vote for the better of the two people. I actually had somebody send me a video earlier. Oh, you call yourself a pastor, Anna, and it's okay. You know, I don't get offended by this. You call yourself a pastor, but you put all these posts against Trump. I'm like, because I prayed up on this. I have prayed up. That man is not of Christ. Okay. Y'all are just following what a pastor at that pulpit or the altar, whatever you want to call it, up at the front of the church, told you guys to believe, and you guys felt for the blah blah blah, to not use other language, okay, which I don't cuss. Anybody who knows me knows. But
you don't have to, I got you.
Okie dokie, okay, I'll just say okie dokie. You fell for that okie dokie, okay? And I'm going to tell y'all something. This has nothing to do with me being liberal, because Biden had nothing, and I'm going to repeat to every listener who's listening to Toya with the T right now, okay? Biden has nothing to do with abortion laws. Biden, the only reason, because Biden, actually, if you look at Biden and Trump, Biden is more like me. He's very conservative. He has actually tried to put a lot of strict laws that maybe a lot of people didn't agree with at the time he felt they were right, and he has taken a lot of those laws back. And if he wins office, a lot of people will be terminated from jail, released, whatever the case may be, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's a whole different can of worms right there. But I will say this. He's got no, it's not his doing to these abortion laws. Abortion was going on well before the whole Roe incident. So I want you guys to educate yourself with American history, because until you do, and I always say, politics has no place in the church, right? Because they're using evangelists to make people believe something that's not true. I mean, I actually got a video saying that Trump was saying he's not afraid of Christ. Guys, Biden actually goes to church every Sunday. He is a Catholic, although many might not agree if you're not Catholic, but he goes to church. He believes in his Christ. He's a born again Christian in whatever way he serves them. Even if I don't agree with it, that's him and Christ. You hear me? That's not my place to get into. And I'm so big on that. And as a church leader, I need people to be educated and quit with the okey doke, because you're making foolish mistakes. And if you see the presidents, which one was Bush, one was Reagan, that appointed a lot of these judges, you will be in shock. Because at the end of the day, it all goes down. What you need to do is start with your city that you're at. Who do I have in office here? Then to your county. Who is in office here? And then from there, go to your state. Whatever it takes to keep going forward. You see what I'm saying? But sis, I had to say that. And the turnout for us people of color, bravo to each and every one of you guys, because it's about time our people started coming out. Even when Barack Obama, whom I voted for twice, got voted into office, I look at it like this. He could have had so many more people of color voting for him. So many more people of color. And if just all of us would get up and vote, it takes you. Did you vote today, or did you not get a chance, Toya?
Yeah, no, I'm going down tomorrow.
Girl, don't let the third come by.
Oh,
You
no.
know, it's gonna be hectic.
I went until like 5 o'clock this morning. I was too pooped. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go tomorrow.
So when I went in my county, I was in and out within 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes. That's all it took. Okay, and I could have probably a cut in front of the line if I really wanted to, with like, because I have a special needs son. But I was like, no, I'm gonna stay in the line just like everybody else. This feels good to make history happen. There was a lot of people, and when I looked around, that this was the thing. I live in a predominantly, and I never say the county I live on air, but I live in a predominantly Black county, Black and Latino county here in Georgia. And when I'm voting, it was funny because Toya, 90% of the people around me were white. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, are they all voting for Trump?
Numbers from the virtual debates that they had, there was like 13 million for Biden, 10 million for Trump. Okay. So I don't know if you saw like the ad about how like we need to still kind of vote as if we're behind, because this is how it started 4 years ago, the same kind of way. So it was like, now we really need to come out in droves. But I think that one of the things that makes me think of this situation is that for years and years and years, when we voted these people in, like you said, some time ago, the Bush and the Reagans voted people in, we primarily focus on the election. And what I need people to understand is that everything is a campaign. Everything is about marketing. And I don't think we understand that. And the way that, people get rich, the way your artists get heard, it's by promotions, it's by campaigns. This is what we do. When they reach out, again, before we go into this clip for the Black voters, we're going to go ahead and take a look at, they promote voting. So they have to go get superstars and everybody who you're intrigued by to get it, because that's promotions. Every business does the same thing. If it were you, what would you do? You're going to go get a superstar, somebody that you know to be on your side, yada, yada, yada. So this is a part of what they do. But what we need to understand is that we have to stop listening to outside forces. Like Anna said, you need to know who's running your local positions. You need to know that if that person got hung, you need to know the coroner. And if the coroner say that a Black person is hung and it was a suicide, but he got his teeth kicked out and his teeth behind his back, we need to know who's in these offices. So now moving forward, probably starting November 1st, myself and Anna here are going to be looking at starting a what can we say? A politics show. Tea and politics is what I'm thinking. I want to call it tea and politics. And we're going to talk about, the judicial system. And not only that, we're going to start to try to build a website where Representatives can come check in and add their name. And each state and county across the United States are going to have their elected officials. And you, the American, can go to your city, state, or town and say, all right, this is who everybody is in my city, state, or town. My corner, any elected position should be on there. And even all the way down to federal. We need to know who our Supreme Court justices are. We need to know who our Court of Appeals people are. Shout out to Tabitha Ponder. Yes. Shout out to Tabitha Ponder.
Mhm.
Absolutely. See, we need people of color and people who, again, I'm not going to do the division of Republican Democrat because Republicans might feel and agree with some things Democrats do. Just because they're a Republican does not mean that they can't agree with certain views that another party has. So let's get away from the division first of all. Let's look at people voting on the issues at hand. Let's not, vote Republican. No, like we're voting for issues at hand. And with that being said, it's going to be very important in order for you to understand the issues at hand totally and fully. It's a lot, you guys. They're always passing laws and legislations and different things. It is a lot. But hopefully, just hopefully, if we can get together, get this website going, we'll bring a little bit of ease and comfort to you guys. And we will also be talking about some political issues and things on the forefront. So that way, we can just kind of keep you guys informed and get educated and just be able to learn this system in a way where we can utilize it. The same way Comcast has an issue and we can call them and say, hey, I need this, that, and the third. It's the same way that we need to be adamant about learning about our government and our judicial system to be able to call them up and say, hey, this is what's going on, this, that, and the third. And bridging those gaps, you know what I'm saying? Another thing I think that is if we start to get to know these people, it'd be a lot harder to lock up and murder people that you know. You know the moms, you know the dads, you know the kids. So I think a part of this incentive, when y'all start rolling out these different things to help Black people, let's think about those things too. Let's think about building and bridging relationships and making some of these things mandatory. If you're an officer, it needs to be mandatory that you go volunteer somewhere with some kids in a neighborhood that's not like yours, so you can identify with those people, and let that also be a part of the way we move to the next level of creating and building relationships and creating unity. I mean, I'm just saying. But Anna, let's check out this clip really quickly. Let me see what this clip has on Black voters and see what people think. The Washington Post. Let me see. So let's go here. All right, you guys. So let's see if we can go ahead on the big screen and share this. And let's see what they're talking about. Your entire screen, a Chrome tab. All right, you guys. All right, there you have it. All right, you guys. So if you go ahead and take a look, you see people out voting by the droves in Georgia. So for those of you that are looking, then I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. I won't let anything get in the way of me and this opportunity, is what one voter said. History mistrust spurred Black early votes in Georgia. So you guys, Georgia has made record numbers when it comes to voting. Now, keep in mind, what we do have to understand is that the year of Obama was another era where people went out and voted in numbers. And yes, even the white people. Barack Obama, shout out to Barack Obama. You still my president, sir, and you still my first lady. Matter of fact, Mr. President, listen. You were supposed to come to an event of ours in April, but then Corona came. That's Donald Trump's fault. However, should you see this broadcast, Mr. President, it's past April. But listen, we would still love to do something with you. We still trying to fight human trafficking and sex trafficking while we try to figure out this vote. Now, I'm going to wait till after election before I ask again. I'm just throwing that out there, Mr. President. Please know, you still our president, and we rock with you. I'm just saying. But let's talk about this Georgia vote. So, Georgia has also made history with the voting process. Not only that, America has made history with the voting process. It's unbelievable. Listen, the registration deadline was October 5th, all right? So you guys already know. And your mail got to be postmarked by October 5th. That time is already passed. Absentee ballots must be received by October 30th, so you guys are running out of time. And if you're going to send it in by mail, it needs to be there by November 3rd at 7 p.m. You would think that in the midst of a pandemic, they would do some kind of extension or something of that nature, but not. But it is what it is. So this is another reason why it's very important to go and vote. And not for nothing, the mailboxes are disappearing. So, hey, what can I say? But in the meantime, we are still talking about Georgia voters. And, the president, or not the president, Sean Kemp, Governor Kemp has been encouraging us to vote. There's a clip on here that says, why do non-white voters have to wait in line for hours? Too few polls. And what they're basically is just talking about the gerrymandering that goes on in our communities. This is why people are going everywhere to vote. And we are working triple time to make sure that everybody can get their vote casted. Early voting numbers continue to break records in Atlanta, Georgia. All right. So the turnout is continuing to break records. According to the Secretary of State, 1.4 million ballots have been cast for November's election. 1.4 million ballots. Keep in mind, you guys, there's 10 million people in Georgia. There's still a lot of Georgians that have to go out and vote. However, 1.4 million is still a great start for an early voting time frame. So keep in mind, we still got 8.8 million more people to go. So it's definitely important that everyone gets out and vote however you can. There's souls to the polls, there's rides to the polls with different churches and different legal entities. So make sure you get out there. It says Saturday alone, the Secretary of State reports that more than 60,000 people cast their ballots, bringing the total number of persons to vote to 780,000. And on Monday, 128,000. So it's like, hey, people are going everywhere, doing everything to vote. And it's going to be very important, you guys. Go and vote. I want to go ahead and make this comment because we were talking about evangelicals. When Trump first got in office, I was really mad. And I remember that was the year I got sick. The year of Trump's winning the election. But I remember waking up angry, mad, like, what? Trump won? Like, what? But I remember, the Lord was like, what you mad for? You can run too. I was like, oh yeah, thank you, God. And I stopped being mad. But I remember, when people were mad and I was talking to someone and I was around a lot of Christian people at the time. And they were like, think about David. This is who they compared him to. They were like, think about David. And David didn't do all these things he was supposed to as the king. He had wives and this, that, and the third. And he didn't do what he was supposed to. So, Trump's like David. And this is what's going on. And this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yeah, I'm quite sure. Yeah, I'm quite sure you feel like that. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I'm not going to be funny. But I think that I would like to say that most of the people I heard say that, I'm not going to say they're racist, but let's just say they don't want to switch places with a black person. You feel me? If you're a Pharaoh, if you think that slavery is okay, then you're going to be one of those Christian people who feels like this is an anointing. Now, let me just be honest. The reason why I say it's of God, because I thought God is in control of everything. If that's the case, he allowed the clown. Well, Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus went out of business. So I guess they had to find something else. So the Lord allowed Donald Trump to be in here. And let me tell you something. The way people are woke now, waking up, looking for information, going out to vote, becoming aware, like the information that we're putting out, that we're trying to do, like this has created something new for a lot of people, man. And even though it doesn't look like it's to our good, man, look at what's happening with Trump being in office. Look at how much that has been exposed. Look at how many people, how many officers are showing their true colors. Look at how many people who are acting out. They hid their racism for 30, 40, 50, 60 years old people at jobs and at work, and they're getting exposed. They coming out, they acting up, they losing jobs. I mean, my thing is, when I don't understand it, honey, I know the Lord is covering us. So if he's in there, what is it going to do? And my thing is, it looked like it empowered people. It empowered people to get out and vote again. It empowered people to actually look at the history of Black people and acknowledge the atrocities that has and continue to happen on this United States. It has sparked something in even these youngins to stand up and fight against injustice and the police and all of these laws that have been set across this world or across this United States. Like, people are challenging the system now. And if there was no other reason for Donald Trump to get up in there other than to rise us up, to challenge the system, to get them people to do what they're supposed to, because they're not listening, then whatever you need to do, Lord, honey, just let me know when to duck. Now, it ain't right. I don't like the man, but I will tell you the things that are happening behind this guy being in office. I'm just saying, we're getting up doing something. We're getting up making moves. We're not just ignoring things anymore. So I don't like the clown. There was a second I said, hey, if you're willing to make moves for my folks, I'm going to vote for you. And it was like, as soon as I said that, he took a left turn. He just took it and ran with it. I'm like, see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it. I'm good. I'm good. But, here we are. But no. We're out voting. We're out voting in numbers. We're being aware. We're being considerate. And not for nothing, we're starting new jobs, man. So you know what? Y'all keep y'all heads up. Don't worry. Don't fret. Just make sure you vote. And then we just got to see what's going to happen on November 3rd. When November 3rd gets here, I want to ask a lot of people how they felt about who won or who's going to win. And then I'll tell you, I told you so. But let's go on to this next one and last one, which is the last article I wanted to talk about. But because I saw an article on Facebook today basically talking about what we need to do when it comes to voting. And the basic article was talking about when Hillary Clinton was running in 2016, she had the same positive lead as Joe Biden has now. And with that being said, we ultimately know what happened when she had that lead. So the goal was we need to make sure that we vote like we're behind. We can't vote like we're 12% ahead, because this is history repeating itself again. Okay, so if we have a winning chance again, the evangelicals said that the Lord is the one that put him in there. If the Lord is the one that put him in there, then we already know it's nothing going to take him out. But if the Lord allows him to get in there, we have the power to get him out. And we have to do our due diligence to do that. And if we don't go vote, if we don't go make our voices heard, if we don't do anything, then it's going to be our fault. So, okay, let's say he's in there. Okay, let's say we all turn up and vote. If we go to find out that 20 million people voted for Biden and 10 voted for Trump, what are we going to do? And Trump wins. What will we do when we actually see that? What are we going to do as individuals if we see that he wins again by landslide? Because it happened the first time. This time it could be ugly, but Let's see what people are saying. Trump is losing ground with white voters, but gaining among Black and Hispanic Americans. All right, you guys. So it says that every election, this is what it looks like around this time. We can see the same thing we saw in 2016 or possibly 2018. All right. So basically, in a nutshell, from what they've been looking at, 7 out of 10 voters in the 2016 electorate shift their attitudes towards Biden. But the fact driving that he's looking to be doing good among white voters without a college degree, the voter bloc that made up close to half of the overall electoral in 2016 formed the majority of population in the key swing states such as Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Clinton lost his group by more than 20 points 4 years ago. Biden is behind 12 points. All right, you guys. So we got some work to do. Okay. At the end of the day, this is what we need to understand. Once we stop with this election, we don't stop. We don't just put it back down and say, oh, we're not going to pay attention to them for the next 4 years. Oh, they're going to do their job like they're supposed to. All the years they didn't do their job. Well, you know what? These last 8 years with Trump and that, they're sure to do their jobs now. No, it's not up to them. It's up to us. This is our United States. We are the ones that's out here dying. We are the ones without health care. We are the ones that still have to go to work and are scrapping and struggling and paying more taxes than any of them guys up there. Biden, I want to see your tax transcripts too. How much you pay? But no, it's not up to them, you guys. So let's not let this election come in and go out like every other 4 years. Let's take this 4 years and be adamant. Let's take these 4 years and make sure that we are following everybody in a legal position as if it was your bill and they overcharged you. Seriously. We need to make sure our kids are safe, our schools are ran well, we have opportunities. And I'm all for bringing jobs back to America. But you're not going to do that and think you're going to grab my cootie too. That's just going to be a no-go. So America, we got to come to some type of agreement. Some people feel like out of the two people, they're both no good. Well, unless we get another candidate that falls out of the sky, this is what we have, and we got to figure out what we're going to do. Not for nothing. Why don't one of y'all, hey, vote for me, Toya, for president? I'll do it. I'm not scared. I'm shutting everything down. All prisons is going to be colleges. You're going to get so sick of learning. You're going to have 23 hours of learning. You're going to get so sick of being in prison with me. You're going to come out with 7 degrees. Like, yo, like, come on with the jokes. I got some very, very extreme learning and training courses I would implement if I was president. But God know better than that, because we'll all be in the house at 9 o'clock fooling with me. But listen, go vote, you guys. Go ahead and cast your vote. Don't worry about what anybody else says. Go ahead and jump on the Biden blue train, y'all. Ice Cube said vote as an independent. And please understand that he did not go with Trump. He's going with whoever has power. And let's make sure that Georgia, you keep doing it. You keep doing it. October 25th, Toya with the T will be in Griffin, Georgia. We're going to have a Soul to the Pole walk with some people down in the country. And I think I'm going to go ahead and join them and go ahead and walk with them. Not for nothing. I think it's time that we need a peace walk, man. Let me tell you something. Sometime between now and November 3rd, not only do we need a peace walk, we need a peace walk in prayer, man. Like everybody, everywhere need to be walking and gathering and outside their homes, get to know each other, praying in unison. More than one in agreement, honey, is going to make something shake. So we definitely need to try to do a peace prayer and walk before the November 3rd election. But hey, you guys, let me thank you guys for joining me today, man. I got to tell you, a lot to talk about, a lot going on. Anna, anything you'd like to say before we go ahead and get up out of here?
So, I do want you guys to know that maybe Toya missed this before, but during the primaries, Biden did release all of his tax returns, which of course they spiked up after his vice presidency because he, of course, gets more offers to do things, so forth, so on between him and Jill. I did just look it up. I know we're short on time, so look it up for yourselves. He's paid a pretty significant amount of taxes. So, think about all of this because the Bible tells us, and I'm really big on this stuff. If you call yourself a follower of Christ, do exactly what the Bible says around the table. Don't just pick and choose around the table. That includes paying your taxes. The Bible talks about paying your taxes and paying your tithes, so forth, so on. Lying, committing adultery. You can't tell me that somebody was put into office because it was prophesized or God wanted it this way. God might want it this way to bring us closer to what has to happen, and that's the end of times, which I really believe we're already here. However, pray and fast before making any decision, and I guarantee you our Father's going to lead you to where and whom you need to vote for. Do not be blinded by people talking up in front of a church telling you what to do, because it's kind of like and they talk about this. I actually heard a message about this. You're like a chicken, just following each other like chickens, just feeding from the bottom. Be an eagle, be different, be yourself, and that's how you become somebody special, and that's how you are somebody special to people's lives. Toya, I do admit she's always made that prediction that Trump is going to win. Somewhere in my heart, I believe that he's manipulated so many of us people of color that I think that it may happen that way, and I pray it doesn't. I did cast my vote. I did not vote for Trump. I will not support an administration who is not for what I stand for, period. Even if you're lying, God gives us discernment. God gives us wisdom, and he lets us know when something just doesn't seem right. He'll let you know. So for me, it doesn't seem right. Something's wrong with all of that. Something's wrong with the entire picture. I've never seen evangelists follow a president the way I've seen them follow him. It's just, I'm disgusted, and I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm really big on that, and I know I always go back and revert back to all of that, Toya. I just really, anybody that's listening on your platform, I really want them to know that we can't just vote because it's like follow the leader. Okay, monkey see, monkey do. Yay! No, be your own person. Think for yourself. And another thing, if your pastor is talking about politics up in the front of the church, you need to move churches because you're the wrong church. I don't go to a church. My pastor will not talk about politics. I will not listen to it in the church. I'll tell him that's not what I come to church for. I came to church to listen to a message. I did not come to church to listen to I need a study of what I don't already know. Maybe you could see it from a different perspective. Not all of this that I see today in the churches, and it's pulling a lot of people away. Sadly, that's the truth. So that's about it, Mama. It was a great show.
Yeah, no, thank you. And you're right, man. You're right. Evangelicals, man. A lot of them, you don't believe in abortion, but you believe in what happened to George Floyd. And a lot of the
That, and you don't believe in wearing a mask, but you believe that you have to have a weapon because you have to protect yourself. Come on, man. Quit with the foolery. Quit with the foolery.
And that's what it is. The KKK thought they were doing God's work too. But the Bible also talks about deceivers, great manipulators, false prophets. Right is wrong and wrong is right. So, and you're right, that is the time. I've been saying that too, honey. Jesus on the way. That is not an asteroid. So this sound all about right. And Trump in office and his carrying on, and Jesus on the way. Oh, that sound all about right to me, because I know he's like, wait a minute, hold up. No, y'all not. Here I come. I'm finna come down there right now because I told y'all to get up and go vote last year, and y'all didn't do it. Don't even worry about it. I'll be down there in a minute. And it is what it is, man. But listen, y'all. Thank you for joining me, Toya with the T. And of course, for my lovely Boricua friend, Lunchtime with Anna. Make sure you check her out on Wednesday. And of course, next month, we're probably going to do some test studies, probably Thursday or so. But next month, we're going to have our Bible study coming on. We're going to have our book reading with the power of the Tale of Two Masters and our political show. So stay tuned. If you like what you see, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you get all your friends involved. Make sure you holler at us and go follow Anna. I'm on Facebook Block, so you can't go see anything with me. But go follow Lunchtime with Anna. She's going to have some things on there that you guys are going to be able to see and some notes that you guys might want to be able to talk about that we brought on this today's show. I'll be off Facebook parole or probation. I'll be out of Facebook prison in about 10 days. That puts me right around, oh, look at that, the 30th, right around the 1st, like I thought. I was suspended for a month. So, hey, I'll be back with some great information. And the next thing I'm going to be working on is a click funnel. And the click funnels, of course, is going to be something that you can see to be able to know how to do something. I'm going to be orchestrating a class. One of them is going to be a confidence class, so that way we can get women to be more empowered and confident. And then the other one is going to be an actual business consulting moment where we can come talk about businesses, starting your own businesses, getting EINs, getting your business licenses, things of that nature, and potentially networking and creating a new forefront. And for those of you that are watching, go ahead and check it out on GoFundMe, the Black Economic Rebuild Fund. Black Economic Rebuild. That's for people of color. And I'm going to go ahead and start another one because people, you'd be surprised at how Black people say, well, why are you using Black? So I'm going to formulate a couple of other ones. The Minority Economic Rebuild. For those who don't want to identify as Black, I'm Black, African American, whatever you want.
Black in my DNA too, because I'm Boricua and I embrace my Black roots.
I don't understand what the problem is, but whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a minority economic rebuild, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do an American economic rebuild. So that wherever you feel like you fit in, because some people are like, oh, that's division. Wherever you feel like you fit in. Feel free to fit in there, but we're definitely going to need your help because we need one of everything, you guys. So thank you guys so much for joining me, man. Make sure y'all check us out. Like, share, subscribe. Tell everybody to follow us. Anna, we see you later. And ladies in full effect, I think gotta go ahead and take me out of here with
Love you, mama. Bye-bye.
I love you too, baby. Talk to you soon.
No sweat. He said, answer this call, no sweat. That's that. He said, tell her how these walls I do with brick by brick. He said, take it to the streets, no sweat. I say I'm in the knee, no sweat. Hey, I got all I need, no sweat. Now claim the victory, no sweat. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Gone, but send no more, no hell up to my head. I'm a mother, I'm a lover, I'm a fighter, overcomer with flow so hot in your mouth, you taste the summer. Paul gave 13 originals he chose. He had to lead the people to the one who died and rose. Jesus told me that I was to do the same, so I hit the street speaking about the man who was slain, teaching of the people like the man who was slain. But don't forget the one who helped me stand in the flame. That's why in the first place Jesus came. Yeah, and then he said, take it to the streets, no sweat. He said, stay on bended knee, no sweat. He said, answer this call, no sweat. That's it. He said, tell her how these walls I do with brick by brick. He said, take it to the streets.